evening, whatever. For me it's morning, so good morning. We are about to go back on this thing and cut all kinds of things off. Exhaust is coming off, these little brake tabs are coming off. The rear where the shackle mounted, those are coming off. See, transfer case brackets on the frame side, those are coming off. Pretty much the whole thing's getting cut apart up front. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, prepping it all for the 4-wheel underground 3-link, sorry. Kit up front. It's a lot earlier than I'm used to getting up, so I'm not all here right now. Yeah, I'll give you a better view. Alright, so Brian just went over our to-do list with me. You can see the little brake tabs right about there. Those are coming off. Where the shackle used to go, right there's coming off. The exhaust is probably getting cut right about there. And I gotta scoot back. This cool transfer case mount thing is getting zipped off right at the edge of the frame on both sides. And after that, we should be good to go. Hey, so as you can see, we've progressed a good bit. Brian got this side all cleaned up, and I've still got to get that exhaust off, so then we can get back to this kind of area where the link mounts are going to go. And this side I cleaned up. Got everything off there, it's looking pretty good. We've still got a lot more cleaning up to do on there, but we're in a good spot right now. And the rest of this exhaust is gonna go. As you know, those other brackets on the edge of the transfer case mount there, those are coming off. But yeah, getting the exhaust off. Then there are a few little remnants here from what used to be a track bar. Those are going to come off too. So they're right where the brackets need to go, and let's face it, this is a show truck. And forgetting those is just kind of ugly. So, this thing's got to be all spit shine. Alright, I have a point to make here. Nylock nut, lock nut, nylon, lock nut, if you aren't familiar with them. So, as you can see, it's right there. And I'm moving it with my fingers, which you shouldn't be able to do. But that's possible because there's heat in here. Well, not right now, obviously, or else I wouldn't be touching it. But these things melt under high temperature. So that's why you don't see them from the factory or anywhere on high temperature applications. You see a lock washer, because a lock washer is made out of steel and doesn't melt. Well, eventually it will, but everything else that's made out of steel will too. So yeah. These are almost worthless in high temperature applications. We had two on the Dodge that melted. Like, the stuff oozed all the way out of them. And I just like, I mean, I like using these, don't get me wrong. They're great the vast majority of the time. It's not under temperature. Yep, perfect. Let's go that way. Oh, little exhaust dealy. So I don't know if I showed me trying on that a minute ago, but damn, that sucked. As soon as I released that, this whole thing swung down. Like, I was literally hanging on this a minute ago and it wouldn't move. And I barely touched the back of it and the whole thing came swinging down. And did that, which is gonna suck in a few minutes. But yeah, exhaust is off. Ta-da! Not how I planned. But take what I can get. Good as new. I just don't want to get a bunch of crap in there, otherwise I'd leave it alone. As you can see, the exhaust was a typical exhaust. Broken. That one's fine. Those two are broken. God knows how I'm gonna get those off of there, other than drilling through them. But look at all this nice room. Look at that. It's beautiful. Ta-da!
Alright guys, what we're doing next here, we got the truck up, we got the tranny supported. We're going to go ahead and cut these off, cut this piece off, cut these off, cut this cross member off that was for the old exhaust. And then it'll all be out of our way so we can start putting our lower frame side brackets on. We're putting a doubler in, so we're going to have two transfer cases and that'll get shoved back, and we're going to move our mounts towards the middle, do all kinds of stuff, so we're not worried about cutting up the powder and getting into it. All right, let's get this started. Alright guys, kind of skipped over a bunch of stuff today. I did a bunch of errands. I had to run over to Olympia to Air Gas, go get a bunch of welding supplies you saw me pull out of the bag there. Grinding discs, some stone, and some flap discs. So now we got our 4Runner, got all those pieces blasted off for the transfer case cross member and the original cross member that was like for the exhaust or something. Got that taken off. Now we're able to actually, the cross member for the transfer case, we're going to cut off the frame side mounts for it and get those places cleaned up now. Driver's side's finished as far as these lower bracketry pieces go. Now it's on to the driver's side. Alright, there, I showed you guys where we cut the pieces off where the cross members mount on the frame. We cut those mounts off. You can see where we gotta come back with the flap discs and go ahead and clean up all the slag and cutting marks off there. So after a lot of grinding, we got it looking pretty good.
A lot of grinding.
Here's where the transition mount was. Still has the original cross member. Grind smooth. Same with that other one right there. Brandon took the die grinder with the cutoff wheel and he kind of ground all the welds off that factory mounting point where he plasma cut it off the frame. Now he's going to kind of use the chisel and chip it off. Where? Kind of a shorter video today. I spent a bunch of the day driving around, running some errands. I skipped over a bunch of stuff. I ran over to Airgas and picked up some welding supplies. I picked up some anti-spatter, some flap discs, grinding discs, and some cutoff wheels. And actually a little straight die grinder that we needed because we just have a 90-degree one. So that's nice to add that to the tool arsenal. We got the Dune 4Runner pretty much all clean. All the frames all cleaned off. We got the cross member for the transfer case cut and its pieces off of it because we're going to change its mount. And we took off the other cross member that was on the frame that was for like stock exhaust or something. Got that cleaned, everything out of the way. So tomorrow we can actually come in and we can put our frame side 4-wheel underground bracket on, weld that on, and then actually start being able to put some brackets on the axle and start the assembly of this 4-wheel underground 3-lane. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Thanks for your support. Like and subscribe to the new people. Check us out at cougarhousegarage.com. Check us out at Facebook.com/cougarhousegarage. And we are Cougar House Garage on Instagram. Follow us. We'll see you guys next video.